Question 3. Two companies carried out different surveys. The results of Company A's survey are shown in the table below. So this is Company A. This was the question. Does your hair feel nicer when you use our shampoo? These are the results. The total number of people surveyed was 300. The number who said no was 20. And the number of people who said yes was 280. We have a blank pie chart. And we have a space to do calculations. Part A. Use the numbers in the table to draw a pie chart for Company A's results in the space above. So we need to use these numbers to draw a pie chart in this space. Show your calculations on the grid above. This is where we show our calculations. Label each sector of the pie chart clearly. So the total number of people surveyed were 300. The number who said no was 20, and the number who said yes was 280. So I'm going to start off by figuring out the portion of the pie that's going to represent the people who said yes. So what we're going to do is take the number of people who said yes, which is 280, and put it over the total number of people surveyed, which is 300, and multiply that by 360, because there are 360 degrees in a full circle. So in a full pie chart, there's 360 degrees. So the number of people who said yes was 280. So it's going to be 280 divided by the total number of people surveyed, which was 300. So 280 divided by 300. And then this fraction gets multiplied by 360, and it gives us 336 degrees. So we need an angle of 336 degrees to represent the people who said yes. So I'm going to draw a straight line across from the center to the edge. I'm going to place my protractor down and draw a line straight across from the center to the opposite side. So what I've done is I've actually just cut the pie chart, or cut the circle in half with this blue line and this black line that I did as my original line. And this represents 180 degrees. And 336 minus 180 leaves us with 156. So in order to get the 336 degrees, we'd have to add on another angle of 156 degrees. So this semicircle at the top represents 180 degrees, and then this other angle represents 156 degrees, and put them together and they represent 336 degrees. So that's one way of drawing an angle of 336 degrees. So we started off with a semicircle, which represents 180 degrees, and then we added on another 156 degrees, which is this section here, or this sector, and together they give us 336 degrees. Now the other way of doing it would have been to get the no angle and drawn that out, and what's left over would be the yes angle. So to get the no angle, what we do is we take the number of people who said no in the survey, and that's 20 in the blue. 20 people said no. And again, it goes over the total. We always put the amount over the total, which is 300. So it's going to be 20 divided by 300. And again, we multiply by 360 because there are 360 degrees in a full circle, or a full pie chart. So 20 divided by 300 multiplied by 360 gives us 24 degrees. So the angle that will represent the people who said no will be 24 degrees. So I can draw that in. Again, I have my straight line across, and then I draw my angle of 24 degrees using my protractor. And because there is only yes and no, and there are no other sectors to my circle, then I know that the leftover part will automatically be 336. So it doesn't matter which way you do it. It would be much quicker just to draw in the no angle and just write in what the other angle is left over. But both ways work out fine. So just make sure that we label them. 24 degrees as no, and 336 degrees is yes. And then it would be a good idea to rub out this extra line that was added in to help us draw out the angle. But do not rub out any of your calculations because you're specifically told to show your calculations on the grid. So just to summarize, what we did was we started off by getting the angle which represents yes. So we got the number of people who said yes, which was 280. We divided it by the total number of people, which was 300. And then we multiplied that by 360 because there's 360 degrees in a full circle or a full pie chart. And we got 336 degrees. So we drew in the angle 336 degrees and labelled it yes. Then we did the same to find the angle which represents the people who said no. We got the number of people who said no, which was 20. We divided it by the total number of people surveyed, which was 300. And then we multiplied by 360 because again there's 360 degrees in a full circle or a full pie chart. So 20 divided by 300 multiplied by 360 is 24 degrees. So we drew in our angle of 24 degrees and labelled it as no. Part B. In this survey, people had to answer yes or no. Put a tick in the correct box to show what type of data this is. Give a reason for your answer. So type of data, categorical or numerical. Tick one box only and then give a reason. So I've ticked categorical, and categorical data is word data and numerical data is number data. And I've ticked categorical because yes or no is word data and there's no natural order for it. So yes or no are not numbers, so they have to be categorical data because categorical data represents word data. And there's no natural order to put yes or no in. The pie chart in the table on the right shows the results of Company B's survey. So this is Company B. The question was, does your skin feel softer when you use our moisturiser? They have a pie chart to represent the responses. And the responses were yes and no. Part C, Part I. Use a protractor to find the size of the angle of each sector in Company B's pie chart. So we're going to write the size of the no angle and the size of the yes angle. So we take a protractor and we're going to lay it down with the center of the protractor at the center point of our pie chart and measure this angle. And this angle is an acute angle, which means it's less than 90 degrees, and it measures 50 degrees. So we write in no angle 50 degrees. And then to get the yes angle, well, we know that the entire circle or the entire pie chart adds up to 360 degrees. So we could say 360 degrees minus 50 degrees will leave us with 310 degrees. So that would be a much quicker way of finding out the yes angle, because the yes angle is a reflex angle, which means it's bigger than 180 degrees. But if we did want to measure it, what we could do is draw a line straight across from the center to the edge and cut our yes angle into a semicircle and another part added on. And we know that a semicircle is 180 degrees, just like the angle on a straight line adds up to 180 degrees. So then what we'd have to do is figure out what the other angle was by placing our protractor down and measuring from here to here. And the other angle is an obtuse angle, which means it is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. And if we did that, if we measured this angle here, we would measure 130 degrees. So we could say 180 degrees plus 130 degrees would give us 310 degrees. So it doesn't matter which way we do it, so long as we find out what the angle is. So this angle here, this reflex angle, is 310 degrees, and that represents the people who said yes. So the size of angle representing yes is 310 degrees. Company B surveyed 72 people in total. Part 2. Work out how many people answered no and how many people answered yes in Company B's survey. So we're going to have to use these angles that we just figured out a minute ago. So 310 degrees of our circle, of our pie chart, represents yes, and 50 degrees of our pie chart represents no. So 72 people were surveyed in total. So I'm going to start off with the no sector of the circle, which was 50 degrees. And I'm going to take the angle 50. I'm going to divide it by 360 because there's 360 degrees in a full circle or a full pie chart, and multiply it by 72 because that was the total number of people surveyed. So 50 divided by 360 multiplied by 72 is going to give me 10. So 10 people answered no to the question. Then I'm going to do the same with the yes angle. So my angle for the yes part of my circle or my pie chart is 310 degrees. So I'm going to take that 310 degrees, put it over 360 degrees and multiply it by 72 again because 72 people in total were surveyed. And 310 divided by 360 multiplied by 72 gives me 62. So 62 people answered yes. So again what I did was I took the angle 50 degrees, which was the no sector. I divided it by 360 because there's 360 degrees in a full circle or full pie chart. I multiplied by 72 because 72 people were surveyed in total, and I got 10 people. Then I took the yes angle, which was 310. Again, I divided by 360 because there's 360 degrees in a full circle or a full pie chart, and I multiplied by 72 because 72 people surveyed in total, and I got 62 people. So 10 people said no, 62 people said yes, and 10 plus 62 makes 72 people in total. Part D. Based on the total numbers of people surveyed, which company's results do you think are more reliable? Give a reason for your answer. Company whose results are more reliable, Company A or Company B. Tick one box only and then give a reason for your answer. I've chosen Company A as the company that I think are the most reliable. And my reasons, well, Company A surveyed 300 people, whereas Company B only surveyed 72 people. So Company A had a larger sample, so their results will be more reliable. The more people that are involved in a survey, the more people in the sample, the more reliable and realistic the results will be. So Company A, who I've chosen, had 300 people in their sample, whereas Company B only had 72 people in their sample. So Company A had a much larger sample, so their results are going to be more reliable.